again. My name is Gabe Zollner. Just called a bit of Fox News. And they were talking about Obamacare. You know, that failed, dysfunctional program? Anyway, what they were saying is that out of the 82 points that had to be met by this time, 41 have not been met. You know? And he can't blame it on Bush. Bush had squat to do with Obamacare. Well, who can he blame it on? Well, Sebelius? Kathleen Sebelius? Maybe. But he won't. I know. He'll blame it on the Republicans. It's all their fault. If they would have gotten behind Obamacare and prevented any roadblocks from appearing, well, guess what? It'd be a done deal, huh? Wrong. It can't be implemented. It doesn't work. Huh? It doesn't work. And you can't make something that doesn't work. Problem is, Obama isn't bright enough to understand that. But then again, I really don't blame him because he doesn't know what's in it. Like no one else knew what's in it. What did Pelosi say? Well, what she said is we have to pass Obamacare so we can learn what's in it. What else do you need to know? These Democrats are all nuts. They're totally nuts. And you know what really disturbs me? Is that the American people don't take the time to do a little research. If they took the time to do a little research, they would be amazed at what they can find out about the Democratic Party. Like, let me give you an example. The KKK, you know, the Ku Klux Klan? Democrats, yeah. The Jim Crow laws, Democrats. And if you go look, around 1920 to the 30s, they hated immigration. They hated Jews. They hated Polacks. They hated anybody that wasn't a white Anglo-Saxon American. That's like what Hitler did, you know. If you didn't have blue eyes and blonde hair and you weren't of pure Aryan descent, you were no good. Well, that's what the Democrats thought. The only reason that the Democrats support what they're now supporting is to get their vote. They couldn't give a squat about African Americans. They couldn't give a squat about immigrants. They couldn't give a squat about anybody except to achieve their objectives. And they're smart enough to realize that if you go after the weak and you promise them bennies like free cell phones, and I think, what, 1 in 5 is on welfare right now? That's scary. That's scary. But you see, people won't take the time to do the research. They're either too stupid, too doped up, or they don't care. How can you not care what happens to your country? How can you not care what happens to your children and their children? How can you not care? Well, they obviously don't, because if they did, there wouldn't be a whole lot of Democrats. They would realize what the Democratic Party is all about. They're nuts. They're evil. They're conniving. I mean, take a look at who's in it. Hillary Rodham Clinton. You can't believe a word that she says. Chucky Schumer, huh? How about Charlie Rangel, who didn't pay his taxes? I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But people are stupid. They don't want to take the time to learn the truth. Anybody with a half a brain in their head would not join the Democratic Party. You know what amazes me is Jews. I mean, I don't know, 78% of the Jews voted for that whack job? I mean, that's mind-boggling. He hates Israel. He hates Jews. How can you not see that? How can you not understand that? You're so in love with the Democratic Party? Why? What have they done for you that they haven't done for themselves first? Zero. That's the answer. The Democrats do nothing for anyone other than what they do for themselves first. Go do the research. Go look at who started the KKK. Go look at who initiated the Jim Crow laws. Go look who was against immigrants in the 20s and 30s. The only reason they're there now is because they want their vote. They could give a squat about those people. Democrats are evil, they're mentally deranged, and they have one objective: power. Period. Why would Hillary Rodham Clinton, who's a multi-millionaire, want to run for the president of the United States? Power. These skags have been recycled as garbage, like John Kerry. I mean, the list goes on. They've just been recycled. They recycle and they keep surfacing. You know? It's like when you go to the doctor and you think you got rid of an illness and it comes back again. And back again. Anyway, I've tried my best to educate as many as I can. You know, I learned something. You can take a horse to the trough, but you can't make him drink. Same goes here. If people want to believe what they want to believe, they're going to continue believing it. All I'm asking them to do is to do the research. Find out what the Democratic Party is all about. You got all these African Americans that are Democrats. Why? Look what they did and how they treated African Americans. Barack Hussein Obama, his family traded in slaves, I believe. That's what they did. That's what Muslims did. That's what Arab Muslims still do today. You can get body parts. You want a kidney? You know? Speaking about kidneys, they're taking soldiers that are wounded or people that are wounded in Syria. They're sending them to Turkey. They're keeping them alive to harvest their organs. Yeah. Somebody gets shot in the leg, they get shipped off to a hospital in Turkey because they got kidneys that someone might want, or a liver, or a heart. That's what they're doing right now. Right now. Yeah. You want to vote for a Democrat? Have a nice night. Personally, I don't know how you live with yourself.